Today's show is sponsored by the Electric Vehicle Association. Join up to support the electrification of transport and get the help you need to finance your own EV or clean energy future. And by Energy Sage. Visit the link in the description to find local verified solar experts, community projects and heat pump specialists in your area. And by Atmos Financial. Bank better with a financial technology company that's powered by a portfolio of clean energy investments. Welcome back to another episode of TEN, Transport Evolved News. Thanks for joining me. As you can probably see, I'm still in a splint after last week's accident. But thank you for all of the kind words from the majority of you lovely people. That's far better than the minority of hateful sods who felt their hate was more important. It wasn't. We start today's show with a reveal this week of the Rivian R2 electric SUV, which took place on Thursday. Long held as being essential to Rivian's long-term successes as the Model 3 was for Tesla, the R2 is a smaller all-electric SUV that looks a little like someone shrank an R1S. But don't be fooled. Underneath, everything's brand new with larger 4695 form factor battery cells, a choice of 1, 2 or 3 motors, and fold-flat seats both front and rear. The rear window rolls down for longer items. It promises 300 miles, 482 kilometers of range per charge, and should have a starting price around $45,000. In a move intended to also save Rivian money, it will enter production first in 2026 at Rivian's Illinois facility before production moves to Georgia later on. Also unveiled at the same time was the Rivian R3 and Rivian R3X, crossovers that are smaller than the R2 and whose rear ends remind me a little of a Yugo in profile. We made a video on these, so check out the channel for more info. The erstwhile Ford Transit might be fast approaching its 60th birthday in Europe, but in the US it's celebrating its 10th year of sales, and as a consequence, Ford has announced a much-needed boost to the specs of its e-Transit. New for 2024, the e-Transit gains 21 kilowatt-hours of battery capacity for 89 kilowatt-hours of usable energy. This gives up to 32% more range on the high-roof variant of the e-Transit and up to 26% additional range for the low-roofed variant when compared to previous model years. In addition, Ford has increased the e-Transit's maximum charge rate from 115 kilowatts DC fast charging to 176 kilowatts, and its onboard AC charger is now capable of up to 20 kilowatts of AC charging. Last month, I was among the first to try out the all-new 2024 Honda Prologue for the very first time, and I was pretty impressed with what it offered as a family car. When I attended the launch event, there was some uncertainty over if the mid-size crossover would be eligible for US federal tax incentives. This week, though, Honda confirmed it will be eligible. This means the entry-level 155 kilowatt EX front-wheel drive variant will start from $39,900 after federal incentives, but before mandatory handling and delivery charges. For that, customers will get up to 296 miles, 476 kilometers per charge, but be warned, only models built after February the 26th will be eligible for those tax incentives, so do check build dates before you buy. Tesla has long sat at the top of crash test ratings around the world, with the company always placing passenger safety high on its list of priorities for its vehicles. But Tesla also has a habit of eschewing convention by designing vehicles in a way that's often different to the rest of the industry. Sometimes that's a good thing, and sometimes that causes unexpected consequences, such as Euro NCAP's decision to downrate Teslas that don't have conventional indicator stalks. It's all part of the agency's goal of cracking down on the overuse of touchscreen displays and instead rewarding automakers that use conventional physical control surfaces for indicators, hazard lights, wipers, horns, and emergency SOS functions. Tesla has innovated a lot, but I am on the side of sticking to convention when it comes to indicators. If you watched our review of the Hyundai IONIQ 5, you'll know that one of our biggest criticisms of the vehicle was its lack of rear wiper. This week, we learned that Hyundai has decided to fix that, at least in Korea, for the new model year. As its Korea market website details, there have been some pretty big upgrades added in addition to that new wiper, including a new external charge indicator, a larger 88 kilowatt-hour battery pack, a faster charge rate, an interior redesign with a new centre console and glove box, a new in-car infotainment setup that is finally, mercifully, compatible with wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There's also over-the-air update functionality, something that was promised from launch, which is finally here. Pricing and further specs will come for other markets, we'd expect, pretty soon. Oh, and to confirm, the B-roll you're seeing here is from previous model years, as new B-roll isn't available yet. Following a pretty dismal January for its EV sales, Ford's February sales data is in, and it shows an 80% year-on-year increase. The reason for that growth? Ford announced some pretty big price cuts and cash-on-hood deals in January that made buying a Ford EV far more palatable, something I am personally aware of as I shop around for a replacement F-150 Lightning for my recently totaled Adira Tal. This month, expect similarly good sales data from Ford as it benefits from being the first automaker to turn on access to Tesla's supercharger network for its vehicles. That said, while Ford's EV sales did improve in February, I should note the brand's EV sales as a percentage of its overall vehicle sales remains woefully low. It, like so many other legacy brands, really needs to shift gears if we're going to truly see EV mass adoption take place. Following a meeting with Donald Trump that spurred rumours he was about to donate to the former president's re-election fund, something he denies, Elon Musk was fighting fires on a different front this week in an ongoing legal battle against OpenAI and its founders. Elon Musk filed papers against OpenAI last week, alleging that ChatGPT-4 was actually artificial general intelligence, and stated that the company and its founders are in breach of contracts concerning past agreements he made with OpenAI on funding. Why are we covering this all here? Well, OpenAI, in a blog post this week, said that it will move to dismiss Musk's claims, countering with allegations that Musk had wanted OpenAI to merge with Tesla. If that didn't happen, OpenAI alleged, Musk demanded full control of the company, and it's published emails from Musk that it claims backs that narrative up. Watch this space. We are moving to happier news now, specifically in New York City, where a trio of good news stories should make any EV fan feel happy. First, German company Swoby has installed its first 4 battery swap stations in New York City in collaboration with multiple organisations as part of the city's Charge Safe, Ride Safe initiative for gig economy e-bike and e-scooter riders. At the same time, Revel has announced a new partnership with Uber that will give Uber Pro drivers 25% discount on fast charging sessions at Revel fast chargers, and says it will use anonymised Uber data to help combat charging deserts in the region. Finally, charging provider Gravity, which is partly backed by Google Ventures, has opened a massive fast charging station complex in downtown Manhattan that consists of 24 charging stations that are capable of charging at speeds of up to 500 kilowatts. While no EVs have that capability yet, that is definitely what future-proofing looks like. We're off to another big reveal now, this time of the 2024 Dodge Charger, a vehicle that Stellantis says will include a variant that's the world's first all-electric production muscle car. Revealed mid-week, the Dodge Charger EV certainly looks the part of an all-out muscle car with a low stance and unmistakable muscle car lines. While it will be sold alongside a regular gas-guzzling version, the all-electric Dodge Charger will come in 2 trims, the RT and Scat Pack, both of which should begin deliveries later this year. In its most powerful variant, Dodge claims up to 670 horses and a sprint time of 3.3 seconds. The battery pack of both models is the same at 93.9 kilowatt-hours usable, with the less powerful RT promising over 300 miles of range. There's also a faux exhaust which I just don't know. I don't get. What about you? We're off to renewable energy world with our last story of the segment, and while the state of Florida has done what only Florida can do, banning offshore wind turbines in a state that doesn't have any yet, there's much better news for solar fans across the US. The news? The confirmation that solar power has yet again grown in deployment, with official figures for 2023 showing massive 32.4 gigawatt hours of photovoltaic solar capacity added to the US grid just last year. That's a record for the industry and a 37% increase from the previous record that was set in 2021. It's also the first time in more than 80 years that renewable energy accounted for more than one half of all energy capacity added to the US grid. And while that's different from grid generation, it shows the US, despite its political idiosyncrasies, is improving its grid carbon footprint. Nice. And since we're talking about solar, it's the perfect time to mention our good channel friend and long-time video sponsor, Energy Sage, which I'm about to tell you all about before our short shorts. Energy Sage helps homeowners connect with local, verified solar installers across the US and now heat pump specialists in select markets who really know their stuff and can help you navigate the process of installing solar panels, help you join a community solar program, or get a heat pump installed. I used Energy Sage when we were looking for installers willing to help us put solar panels on the roof of our home, and our Energy Sage verified installers were professional, knowledgeable, and even put us in touch with an amazing credit union that allowed us to finance our solar panels for as low a monthly payment as possible. Follow the links below to sign up for either of Energy Sage's free, no-obligation services and get that ball rolling today. If you do choose to use an Energy Sage installer for your project, we will get a small referral fee, so you'll be helping us out too. And as someone whose local utility recently puts up rates by 18%, I'm very glad I already have solar. So, won't you join me? And now it's time for short shorts. Kia is reportedly considering building a brand new production facility in Thailand where it could make affordable electric cars for the Southeast Asian market. While the reports have yet to be confirmed by the automaker, it would make sense given rising competition in the region. GreenPower has officially delivered the first of a number of all-electric, purpose-built Type D Beast school buses that are due to enter service in the state of Arizona. The first bus was delivered to the Phoenix Elementary School District, and further buses will be delivered shortly. In response to a tumbling stock price, Canoo announced a surprise 1-for-23 reverse stock split this week. By the time you're watching it, it will have already taken place, and it's the highest ratio reverse split I've ever heard of on the auto industry. Leveraging a French market law that exempts 2- and 3-seat commercial vehicles from TVA tax, Tesla has started selling a 2-seat Tesla Model Y that's designed to be sold to fleets. Instead of rear seats, there's now a cavernous rear load bay area. The European Commission has reportedly gathered enough evidence to support claims that the Chinese government has been subsidising its automakers to unfairly gain a price advantage in Europe. As a consequence, we can expect a retrospective import tariff on all Chinese-made EVs as early as July. An arson attack on the electrical grid that feeds Tesla's Giga Berlin production facility left the factory non-functional for a significant portion of the week. A letter claiming responsibility from a left-wing extremist group is being investigated by the authorities. After entering into receivership at the end of last year, Volta Trucks has restarted production. It comes after Steyr Automotive signed an initial agreement to continue production of Volta trucks under a brand new subsidiary it's calling Steyr Automotive e-Truck. Chinese firm Aiways, which has hit hard times in the last year, has said it wants to become what's known as a pure export brand, meaning it won't sell vehicles in its home market of China. In order to do that, though, it's warned it's going to need a significant injection of cash. UK car registration data for the month of February has just been published, and while the UK is now officially in a recession, plug-in vehicle market share continues to rise. However, while nearly 15,000 battery electric vehicles were registered last month, the majority were for fleet purchases. Kia has announced a $5,000 discount on its 2024 EV9, meaning that you can now get behind the wheel of the EV9 in the US for just over $51,000. That includes delivery charges, lease, and the deals get even sweeter. If you've got any Bitcoin, you'll likely know that Bitcoin's value hit a new high this week, and that pushed Tesla's Bitcoin holdings to more than $600 million worth. In a week where Tesla's stock price continued to fall, that is great news for the firm. Porsche is due to reveal its highest performance Taycan variant to date, the Taycan Turbo GT. It'll happen next week. And while we're sadly not going to be at the reveal, Porsche is promising that the range-topping Taycan will be in the same league as electric hypercars, so watch this space. As more and more Daimler Freightliner trucks roll off the production line in Portland, Oregon, Daimler Truck North America has announced a brand new dealer certification program designed to make sure its electric truck buyers get a great sales and service experience nationwide. BYD has launched a new variant of its Seagull EV called the Seagull EV Honor Edition, with a starting price of just $69,801, less than $10,000 equivalent. It's the most affordable BYD EV the company has ever made. Nissan has confirmed that its LEAF EV is now eligible for up to $3,750 in federal tax credits, making the LEAF incredibly affordable for those willing to buy a CHAdeMO-based EV, with an effective price under $25,000. Sticking with Nissan, it's also just reduced the sticker price of its Ariya crossover for the 2024 model year. The entry-level Ariya is now available from $39,590, while other models also get a price cut. If you're in the market for a new Tesla, you might be interested to hear that Tesla has added a sweetener to new purchases as long as you take delivery by the end of the month. If you do, you'll gain 10,000 free supercharging miles for purchases and 5,000 free supercharger miles for leases. BMW has a new incentive program that's designed to offer $1,000 in discounts for new customers buying one of its EVs. But rather than those being a discount for those making the switch from ICE, it's only available if you switch to a BMW EV from a rival firm's EV. Mercedes-Benz has launched a new home smart charging station for customers in the US. Designed to tie in with the Mercedes Me integration, the charging stations are capable of providing up to 11.5 kilowatts of AC power. In the first quarter, all EQE and EQS customers from this model year will get a complimentary charging station. Battery startup company Our Next Energy, or ONE for short, has carried out some pretty groundbreaking work on multi-chemistry battery packs, but this week it's confirmed it's further cut its workforce with 37 employees laid off this week. That's bad news for the company's future. Jaguar has confirmed it will end all internal combustion engine production by June, meaning that it will soon become an all-electric brand. While it's good news to see the transition, future Jaguar EVs are expected to be very high-end models with very high-end prices. The Porsche Panamera EV is on the way, and while the gasoline version of the Panamera is basically the ICE sibling of the Taycan, Porsche confirmed that the Panamera EV and Taycan EV are going to be very different. The Panamera will focus on luxury and space over performance, we're told. NIO published its year-end financials this week, showing that while it's increased its deliveries and revenue, the company's losses have also widened. It's confirmed its sub-brand Alps is bringing a new Model Y competitor to market in the third quarter. BMW has welcomed 3 new electric big rigs to its Rendsburg site in Germany. It says the new trucks, powered by renewable electricity, will save 94 metric tons of CO2 per year when compared to the diesel big rigs they replace. Samsung SDI has confirmed that it intends to begin mass production of solid-state battery packs with volumetric energy densities of 900 watt-hours per litre by 2027. This suggests we could see solid-state EVs entering the market shortly thereafter. Hyundai is likely to rename the car it's been calling the IONIQ 7 before it enters production. According to multiple media reports, the 3-row SUV will likely become the IONIQ 9, making it the obvious cousin to the Kia EV9 that it shares a platform and many specs with. Toyota has confirmed that it's officially reached an agreement with its battery partner Panasonic to buy out Panasonic's share of Prime Earth EV Energy Company to make it a wholly owned Toyota subsidiary. This could help Toyota reduce the costs for EV production. While Apple cancelled all plans to bring an electric car to market a few weeks ago, this week Chinese automaker Chery confirmed that it will be launching its own iCar called the iCar 03. It's going to be powered by LFP battery packs and is already available to buy in China. Auto Express is reporting that the MG Cybster is set for an official launch in the UK later this year, complete with a 3.2-second sprint time and an expected launch price of £50,000 sterling. Launch models will get a 77 kilowatt-hour pack, according to rumours. Audi is readying a brand new vehicle launch later this month in the form of the all-new Q6 e-tron. It'll be the first Audi to debut on the PPE platform it co-developed with sister brand Porsche, and says Audi will, quote, overtake your expectations, end quote. Polestar's CEO struck out this week at legacy automakers, stating that those automakers that are downgrading their EV plans are falling into a trap that will threaten their very futures further down the road. It's a sentiment I hope we can all agree with. And finally, for the shorts, Polestar's sibling brand Volvo has confirmed that February saw it hit new EV sales shares led by its EX30. In February, Volvo's EV sales figures reached 22% of all Volvos sold, while plug-in vehicles edged to 44%. And those are your shorts. There will be more next week. Our final two stories are next, but first, a quick word from one of today's video sponsors, Atmos Financial. Imagine a bank where your savings not only grow, but also go towards growing a greener world. That is exactly what Atmos Financial does for you. With Atmos, every dollar in your checking and savings account is funding projects that light up lives with solar energy, not fossil fuels. Atmos is banking that builds a better tomorrow with every swipe of your card because they're committed to investing 100% in clean, equitable and sustainable progress. With a 3.5% savings rate and a mobile app, your finances and the climate go hand in hand. It charges no monthly fees and there are no minimums keeping you awake at night. It offers accessible solar loans for those who want to give the fossil fuel industry the ultimate middle finger. By joining Atmos using the link below, you're not only choosing a smarter way to bank, you're planting seeds for a healthier earth. And every sign-up supports our channel, so we can keep bringing you the content you love. I'm a customer, and I love knowing that I'm helping save money and making sure my own personal money doesn't end up funding the fossil fuel industry. And now, it's time for those last two stories. Last week's show, had it taken place, would have shared the launch of the Renault 5, Renault's newest all-electric model based on the iconic hot hatch from the 1980s. Due to go on sale in May with a starting price of €25,000, the Renault 5 is already creating quite a stir, and with just 1 week of pre-reservations in, Renault confirmed this week that there are 50,000 hand-raisers on its waitlist. While it might initially launch with a 110 kilowatt motor and 52 kilowatt-hour battery pack, as well as a more expensive sticker price, more affordable models are planned with a smaller 40 kilowatt-hour battery pack and choice of 70 or 90 kilowatts motor. It's great to see Renault's newest hot hatch getting so much love. I just wish it was sold worldwide. And finally, Tesla's Cybertruck has always been marketed by Tesla as being a super tough go-anywhere EV for the apocalypse, but early owners haven't always found that. So, after numerous videos and articles popped up online showing Tesla Cybertrucks struggling with various off-road and inclement weather conditions, Tesla did a very smart thing and filmed a Tesla Cybertruck going off-road in Moab, Utah, tackling some of the toughest off-road challenges, including the famous Hell's Revenge. It proves the Cybertruck is capable as long as it's driven by someone who understands off-roading. It frankly reiterates that the vehicle can only do so much if it's being driven by someone who understands nothing about off-roading. Well done, Tesla! And on that note, we are in fact done for the day. As always, a massive thank you to the Electric Vehicle Association for sponsoring today's show. They've been advocating for electric vehicles since 1967, and they firmly believe our future depends on us making that switch to clean, green electric cars today. The EVA can help you find someone near to you that can help you make the switch to electric. It can help you become an EV educator, and it can point you in the direction of monthly meetups for like-minded EV fans. And if you become a member, you'll gain access to a clean energy and EV loan program set up between the EVA and the Colorado Clean Energy Credit Union. Find out more by heading to electricauto.org. And thanks to Energy Sage. Follow the link below to find out how easy it can be to get verified, trustworthy solar experts helping you make the step towards energy self-sufficiency through solar on the roof of your home, joining a community solar project, or by getting a heat pump installed. And thanks to Atmos Financial. Bank better by following the link below. As usual, we would all love it here if you consider supporting us from $1 a month on Patreon, or about $10.08 a year. The overwhelming majority of our income comes from Patreon support, and it's thanks to you that I'm able to pay the team and make sure everyone has healthcare. We've got some big expenses coming up this year, so if you'd like to help lighten the load, follow the links below, or book myself and Kate for a personal one-on-one consulting session, a full-blown presentation to your community group, or help for your company. And don't forget to visit our swag store for our new design this month from Erin. She is wrangling FUD down in Texas, I think. So it's great along with the rest of the merch, and it's there on the merch store for all of your TE swag needs. And of course, we'll be back next week as usual with content going out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And as usual, if you are in a group currently feeling the full force brunt of hate at the hands of legislators who want you not to exist or to take away some of your basic rights, you're not alone. You're loved, you're valid, and I think you're freaking awesome because you've just spent half an hour watching this show. So until next time, stay safe regardless of your identity or who you love. Be an amazing ally, be kind, and please, for the sake of everyone's future, keep evolving.